folks, hello, welcome back to an episode of the Manchester United. No, it's not. That wasn't even this year, Ben. I mean, what the Manchester United save on, he said, which is an awful thing to say at the start of the Liverpool complete playthrough. But we'll keep it in. I could re-record that. We won't. We'll keep it in just for old time's sake. I even put the little. Let's move on. Liverpool, Manchester City today. Then in 6 days' time, we're coming straight off the back of our win against Manchester United. It's no longer their save. Let me clear that up once and for all. In terms of the tactic, then we changed it around a little bit. We'll look at that in just a second as we continue through the days. We've got a whole week to go through before we get to Manchester City, and at long last, we got ourselves a really good win. Not only that, but goals came from areas which you'd like them to come from. A goal from Mayshan, despite it being a penalty, is something you want to see, and a goal from a winger is always good, chipping in. It's that central area, though. Coutinho, Firmino, that's where I want to see goals come from. Hopefully today they will do that. We're going to try and stick, as long as no injuries happen, we'll try and stick with the exact team that beat Manchester United. Now, I've said that, though, of course, we're going to have a problem. And speaking of problems, Wijnaldum has come to me and asked why he's not getting much first-team football, which I do think is probably a fair complaint. He's not featured all that much this year. I'm going to say it's down to the form of Emre Can, because he's just scored. He'll probably live with that. It's funny, Wijnaldum's the kind of player I do actually want to try and get into the team more, but when there's not really any reason to play him, and Emre Can's in that role, playing it quite well, Henderson's back now as well, it's going to be difficult for him to break in and get a starting place in this side. I feel a bit bad for him, really. I think if it was in real life, I think he does quite a good job for Liverpool. But in the system that we're playing currently, he's not really got a role. He doesn't really fit in to what we're playing. Of course, there's always the option to go back to the 4-2-4 formation. And something I do want to do in the future. If you missed yesterday, I'll reiterate that I'm still going to try and train the tactic, have it as another tactic in sort of a backup scenario. Firmino playing as a trequartista next to an advanced playmaker. Like the ideal way for me to do it actually is to play two shadow strikers on attack. This is how I'd like it to look all the time. This is how it very much started out and then was changed after some bad results. So, I don't know, maybe we can go back to this one day. We'll have to wait and see, but we'll continue forward there. Manchester City, who aren't, if I remember correctly, aren't having the greatest of seasons, as now Lucas wants to have a quick chat about why he's not getting first team football. There's not your old, it doesn't fit you anymore. That's coming out. I've had that before. That's not what I can say though here. I'm afraid I can't give you the football you need. You have to find a new club to get the game time you need. I'm just going to say last time I gave you a chance, you let me down. So because of a handful of poor performances, you're willing to completely write me off as a player. No. I can see how much this means to you, and I don't want to risk losing you, so you can expect to start a few games as soon as possible. Don't let me down. That's not true. We'll say that, though, because then he'll be happy, and I don't want a squad mutiny on my hands. Hopefully we've got a cup game coming up soon. I think we do, actually. You can play in that one. But for this game, we've got to stick with what we know. Stick with a team that's been playing okay. We're obviously playing better with the new system. There's a few suggestions of what to do here. Reduce defensive duties, increase support duties for one or two players. I actually just quite like the way it is. We'll apply that to James Milner, getting a little bit more fitness. Wait, was that the wrong... Okay, I've put on be more expressive with instruction. I thought that was for the Milner match fitness thing. There's a pre-match press conference, which I'm just not going to do on this occasion. I think it has just put on be more expressive. And in a game it has. In a game against Manchester City, do we want to be more expressive? I don't think we necessarily do want to be more expressive. I think we want to try and stick to what we know, which will be this formation in the system that it is. Two wingers, of course, Coutinho and behind Firmino. Henderson's the key for me. A player that has obviously been injured for a lot of the season, with some really average results without him. Oh, Adam Lallana wants to chat. Look, I understand you want to play regularly, but Coutinho's in the form of his life. He's not. That's just not true, but it's worked, so we're going to stick with it as the game saves. I've got it on weekly saves on this particular save because safety. That's generally why. Just I don't want to lose any of this, so it keeps doing it. Luckily, they go through really, really quickly. I haven't got that many leagues loaded. Actually, someone did ask that. I might as well show it off while we're here. I currently only have the top divisions and a couple of other divisions below that, but Italy, Germany, France, Scotland and England are the only ones loaded so far. If we're to progress further and go to maybe a different country after this, I don't really know what I'm going to do after this Liverpool series, but I do quite like the idea of having something in the morning which is a little bit more relaxed, I think, compared to my other series. Right then, Liverpool, Manchester City, it's game day. We're going to stick with the exact same team, or are we actually? Because we brought Klavan in, didn't we? So are we going to put... that's interesting. Are we going to put Lovren back in ahead of Klavan? Now, the interesting thing here is that Klavan has a better morale than Dejan Lovren. In the last few games, he's probably got a better average rating. He does have a better average rating. That's interesting then. Do we stick with him? He's a decent defender. Don't get me wrong. I know he looks a little bit hapless when he plays with Liverpool week in, week out. But he's got a nice first touch, decent passing, marking's very good, tackling's very good, mentally he's all there as well. And there's some nice fitness, some nice physical attributes too. I think for this game, we keep him in there until either him or Matip have a bit of a poor performance. There's no real need to just force Lovren into the side. If he's playing well, keep him in there, right? Yeah, I'm trying to get. I think I'm convincing myself, but it's worked. Right then, no questions on the screen today as well. As we carry on going forward, Aguero is going to lead the line for City. Then Sané on the right, Nolito on the left. They've got De Bruyne and Fernandinho in the centre with Gundogan sat just behind them. Clichy, Otamendi, Steven De Vrij and Zabaleta on the right side with Claudio Bravo in goal. Of course, Raheem Sterling, former Liverpool player, on the bench, and John Stones also on the bench of Manchester City today. Two English youngsters that aren't getting in the team. So there we are then. What a surprise that is in the Premier League. Actually, Stones has got a bit of an injury, so maybe we'll let them off for that one. Right, continue to team talk. I think for the team talk, we're going to go... I think we're going to go calm. Calm or passionate. Come on, show me what you can do to keep our run going. Our run, which consists of one league win in our last 6 or 7 games. But forget that. It's more important is that we actually won a match against Manchester United. And will that theme continue then today? A few people will notice that the City badge is not the updated City badge. Why haven't you got the badges updated? You all know it's Manchester City. So until it's not evident, I'm not going to change it. So there you are. At Anfield today then, quite a nice, I'll say it's quite a nice view of the ground. There's just part of the stadium down here, which is in the way, if I'm honest. But no, will the theme continue then of beating the sides that are perceived to be, even like if not the same as Liverpool, slightly better than Liverpool? That's certainly the case for Manchester United. It probably goes for Manchester City as well. So we'll see how we get on in this game. This might be a short episode, only playing one game in this one. And the ball's launched forward by Claudio Bravo. This might be the sort of game where we can look at the pro zone afterwards, see what's changed depending on the system we're playing. As Sané straight away races into our box, pulls the ball back for Sergio Aguero, and instantly, well, it feels like instantly, 8 minutes into the game, Sergio Aguero gets his 11th goal of the season. It's only the 9th league game of the season. He's already got 11 this campaign, and it's Sané causing issues down that right-hand side, pulls the ball back for Sergio Aguero, who hammers home, and if we're completely honest, folks, that's not a good start on any level. We've started as standard fluid. Would I have changed that? Probably not. Clichy's gone off with an injury, actually. Bakary Sagni's had to come on for him. I don't know if that affects how we play at all. And, well, we'll see. We'll continue forward. We've got a highlight on our hands as Sadio Mane blitzes past Bakary Sagna, who puts in a slide challenge. Mane to the byline, pulls it back to Firmino. It falls to Keita, who... How often has that happened? Where the ball's either been chipped across to Keita or it's just fallen to him to an open net. Happening against Manchester United. It's happened today against City, and we're back on level terms. Mane causing all sorts of problems down that side. And even though they're both on the winger... set up on the winger roles, they're still creating and scoring goals. Firmino kind of gets tackled really, but it comes to Build Keita, who pops it in the back of the net, and with that, Henderson now with the corners, he's back on him, he's back in the team, it's cleared. Again, our corners are pretty dreadful. Henderson, you've got to get there, my friend. He does so just in case, just enough. What am I saying? Coutinho, Mane, down this right-hand side again. Flicks it back to Jordan Henderson, who's from a way out. Well, he's chipped it across to Joel Matip. I wasn't sure if it was a shot or a cross. All of a sudden, though, half an hour on the clock, and Liverpool has been, from being 1-0 down to a Sergio Aguero goal, are taking the lead. A 2-1. Coutinho, Mane, this lovely little flick here to Henderson. Now, I didn't know what he was doing, but the creativity, the vision from Jordan Henderson to pick out Joel Matip at the back post. I mean, what a finish, what a goal, what a move. And there we are then. So far, 2-1, half an hour gone, and straight after the goal, another highlight is on the cards. We're so naughty, the police are involved. I don't know if you can hear that outside. As Coutinho puts it forwards to Firmino, who has a shot on goal again. Firmino, he just hits it wide. Chances are plenty. It's all kicking off outside, my word. If you can hear that, there's just sirens going off. A lot of them. A lot of sirens going off. Is everyone okay? I'm not helping the situation at all. It's clearly not okay. There's sirens, Ben. Zabaleta, right side for City, who, since the goal, or before the goal really, hadn't created anything at all. As the ball goes forward to Nolito, another chance for them, perhaps drilled across. And as I say this, right, it's just irritating, isn't it? They've created barely anything. Leroy Sané at the back post. I should say the ball from Nolito, we'll see it from the reverse angle, is whipped across Talk about a driven, well, it's probably a driven cross actually. A driven cross, low driven cross to the back post. I mean, that's a ball of dreams right there. That is a superb assist. 2-2. The goals are flying in at either end. I dare say, based on the stats, we are having slightly the better game. But as I say, if this City are forward again before half-time, a goal for either side here could cause the other team heartbreak. As Sergio Aguero goes through, Simon Mignolet down to his left-hand side sharply, makes the save, puts it behind for a corner, and there, you've got to say, it was a decent save, and now it leads, though, to a Kevin De Bruyne corner. I mean, Mignolet's done well. They've had a few clear-cut chances in this game, and he's stopped one or two of them as De Bruyne puts it on his left foot this time. That shows the class of Kevin De Bruyne, doesn't it? Corner comes in on his right foot, plays the next cross in with his left foot. It was just as good as his corner. As there's about a minute to go, and Sadio Mane, from this Manchester City corner, is now racing forward. Again, he's had the best of Bakary Sagna so far in this game. Keeps the ball, plays it around nicely, and gives it to Emre Can around 40 yards out. Can bringing it forward, slowly but surely. Where's he going to go with it? There's lots of Emre. There's balls on it. He gives it into Coutinho with his little movement, his little flicky movement into Chiesa, who is tackled from behind by Zabaleta. I mean, he's not won the ball, has he, ref? Absolutely disgusting. And that is going to bring us to half-time. Why? They've shown me that just to annoy me. It worked, to tell you. Passionately say then. I'm pleased with how things are. Keep it up. In fact, what we're going to do, though, I mean, overall, I'd say there's probably more unlucky boys, things haven't gone right for us. Defensively, I want to see us do a little bit better. There's a lot more to come from you. I believe you've got what it takes. Midfield, I was really pleased with them. I'm impressed with how you control the midfield. Then attacking-wise, Firmino, I appreciate the effort. You've just been unlucky so far, and he looks happy enough. Was motivated, now he looks happy. He's on a 6.4, though, so we're going to have to see some more out of Roberto Firmino. We've got Origi on the bench, if needs be, and of course we can switch to that 4 in midfield system, which I think against a team like City might actually work quite well. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Mane brings it forward then. Of course, this is the highlight after the half-time, so this will be either a goal or nothing. Keep your eye out for it. What are we going to have? A Zabaleta tackle comes in, that usually signals the end of any highlight. But actually, no, we're staying with this for some reason. Henderson and Can look far more balanced in the midfield, I have to say. Coutinho working his magic as well as it's fed through to Mane. Mane with a ball in to the middle, and Chieta's there again. I tell you, it's those two boys. They're down as wingers now. I know a lot of you said we should try inside forwards. In this system in particular, having those two creative midfielders or creative players in the middle in Coutinho and Firmino, Mane and Chieta are getting all the goals. Mane with another great delivery to the back post. Well, not even the back post, into the centre of the goal. Chieta's there, finishes it off nicely, and straight after half-time, what a way to start the half. It's 3-2 Liverpool. Well, I never. Isn't this nice to see? I mean, there's a lot of space for them both, and they're using it really, really well. I don't know what City are trying to do. Obviously, City probably, under Guardiola especially, are trying to dominate the game with possession. So far, we've had more than them. As Firmino turns his man, shot on goal, Bravo with the save. 55 minutes gone. Liverpool 3, City 2. And overall, I'd say we're having far better of the game. I mean, clear-cut chances, we've had 4 of them, a half chance as well. City have had their chances, though, and we've got to be aware of that. There's an argument now to say that we should come off standard and change to something else. When you've scored 3 goals, though, it's difficult to know that if you go, say, more defensive or go into a counter-attack as Aguero fires over, are you then taking away any forward threat? And that's the fear. Like, I don't want to invite pressure from a team like City. They're not the sort of team you want to invite pressure from. So we'll stay as we are for now. Stay on fluid as well. As Keita puts the ball in towards Klein. Volleyed away, I think it was by Otamendi. Klavan gets there first. He's played all right today. That first goal was a little bit suspect, but since then has done okay. Matip, of course, the goal scorer, into Henderson, who assisted him. And now Mane's got Klein on this right-hand side if he wants to find him. It goes back across. Fernando cuts it out, and now Aguero finds Sané, who's been causing us all sorts of problems in this game today. Runs forward on his left foot, strike on goal, wide of the mark. 62 minutes on the clock. Is it worth making a change? Well, I think we're going to have to. 25 minutes to go. And Keita looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock. He's got 2 goals in the game, but I think a substitution may well be needed. And that will probably change our system unless we bring on a player like Shiojo who will play the identical way to Keita. This is difficult now. Do we bring on, like, we could put Coutinho out there? Do we bring on Origi to play out on the left-hand side? He's right-footed. We'll have to change him to probably an inside forward to get the best out of him. I think we will do then. We'll play Origi out there as an inside forward. He's probably the most logical player. Ojo and him, very close there. Though I think you're probably going to get slightly more out of Origi, especially if he gets a chance to score. I think Origi's more likely to take it, and that's kind of been the decision made there. 10 minutes to go. There's obviously the argument to make another change. Fitness-wise, we're looking okay. Emre Can's probably the only one struggling. And Ronaldo wanted a match. So we'll get Wijnaldum on in there. Can play this role perfectly. Deep line playmaker on defence suits him. So we'll bring him on for the final 10 minutes. City have also made changes in the middle. I think De Bruyne went off earlier on. So with the time ticking away, it's so stupid if we win this, because against the teams we should definitely have been beating, you can say it was the system, right? But we should still have been doing better against those sides, in my opinion. You bring us up against a team like City, a team like Manchester United, and it's going to be 2 wins from 2 with 5 seconds to go. Origi runs inside, Sanya takes it off him, but surely that is going to be that, and it is. Liverpool 2, Liverpool 3, sorry, Manchester City 2, and we come out of this game with a win. And I'm annoyed about it. Why am I annoyed? Okay, well, you know I'm annoyed about it because it's taken a while. We now sit in 9th, which is not that impressive. But we've only lost 1 game this season, as well as Chelsea, Watford and Tottenham. That's not too bad. The amount of draws we had, not good enough. We've got to try and eradicate those. But 14 points, we're 8 points off the top. In terms of the top 4, though, we're now only 4 points away with some easier games in theory to come. Our next episode, of course, is going to be the double header: Newcastle and Middlesbrough, 2 northeastern sides. So that's something to look forward to. Keita's picked up an injury; they'll be out for 12 to 3 weeks. So that is going to change things ever so slightly as our unbeaten run goes. Well, it stretches now to 6 games. It's unimpressive when you notice the draws. Anyway, that is going to bring us to the end. If you have enjoyed it, do leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And finally, things are getting better and we're respecting the equipment. I've got all the merchandise and sayings out for 1 episode, so I'll see you again. We love you with care. Goodbye. That was the final one there. Just enjoy that.